Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another Dune Weekly FFA qualifier. It's your boy Cream, the current FFA weekly champion, undefeated 2v2 god. Shoutouts to Gray, the living legend in 2v2, co-living legend. I'm joined today by Angelero. I'm joined by PM Sag, our tournament organizer. And I'm joined by Half Decent Human, who we know nothing about. Half Decent, what's up, buddy?
I exist.
He exists. Angelera, how you doing?
Quite well. I'm already in the Atreides stream, and looks like he doesn't have, or it's a bug. I don't know. He has Counselor Duncan. Yeah, am I right? It's Duncan Idaha. I'm
Duncan.
not mad. Yeah, I
Duncan.
mean, could
Yeah,
I?
it's Duncan. He went Duncan Jessica.
Yeah, but where is his closest? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So I couldn't see where his siege is, and it's not a great bonuses. So yeah, we're fine. I was afraid of a back.
PM Sag, what's up, buddy? How's my favorite FFA player doing?
I always kill you first, of course, if I try to.
Right.
I'm really glad to enjoy your greatness, especially
Thank
when you
you.
commentate, of course, because
Thank you.
as a player you suck a lot.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you. Yeah, I never win.
You're welcome.
Okay, appreciate it.
No,
Alright,
you win a lot.
PM Sag, the legendary tournament organizer, he basically built this tournament community from the ground up. Looks like we have a pause here, not sure why. Let's just bounce around from stream to stream and see what's going on. So we already talked about Atreides. He's running Jessica Duncan. I like this combination for late game Atreides. Because if you do get lucky with the RNG with the sieges, you can get 2 or 3 sieges, and then you have a lot of authority production, which is really nice.
Yep.
So for Atreides late game, you can annex territories quick, and late game Atreides is pretty strong. It's just getting there is the problem for them because they're kind of weak early. Let's go into Pecorin, who's our Harkonnen player. He's running the +5 Solari per militia guy and Piter. So he's running Raban and Piter, I think. He's not running the Food, which is, I mean, there's players that, I think both are viable. What do you guys think about this counselor combination?
Can't get the idea behind this combination. Like Raban to support his solar income and Petir to be able to fight using discounted operations. Like, what's the idea?
That's pretty much the idea. That's it.
Uh,
I personally
might-
run this combination. I know that a lot of high-level Hark players run the Foot just because he allows you to resupply much quicker, and the downside of units not being able to heal is really mitigated by good micro. So he's a little harder to play, but I think he might be the superior counselor. But Raban is really not that bad.
Yeah, I agree.
I want to hear Half Decent Human's analysis of the situation.
The extra militia slot is actually pretty good considering it just makes the oppression just that much better. And the money on killing rebels, I mean, who can complain about that?
There we go. This guy knows what he's talking about. PM Sag, what do you think about this?
I have no clue. I'm setting up the stream right now, so on the YouTube.
Alright, so PM Sag is a dead body. He's just here for comic relief, I guess. I'm grabbing a cup of water as this game. We're in for a long one, boys. What do you guys think about the current state of the game? Any comments on the meta before we go over to our next player?
I know
Atreides. Yeah, PM Sec. Yeah, your turn to speak.
I think since the community update, the Fremen has way more influence and more voting power. I think that also has some impact for the gameplay. That really surprises me a lot since the update.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
so
true.
He's blown
But
away
it's
by
in
the
the
Fremen's influence production.
Yeah, but there's no Fremen in this lobby, so it's not really relevant right now.
No,
And I also think that Harkonnen is probably the best overall faction, I think.
I would
I've
agree
heard-
with you.
I've personally heard a lot of complaints about Atreides, but that's just a general thing.
Against who? Who is this guy? Atreides? Atreides is my man.
Yeah, they are not great at the moment. I mean, The biggest downside playing Atreides is that you can't support your economy without yellow tax at all. Everyone can pillage and somehow survive till some point where they are able to go through yellow tax, but not Atreides. Atreides are stuck, and if you overwhelm yourself with upkeep, you are done quite fast.
Great analysis there.
Yeah.
That's great analysis. I actually think Atreides is not as terrible as everybody thinks. I think you just have to rush Foreman, and then you can pivot to some red tech. I think you can pretty much ignore most of the green tech early. People are out there rushing veteran militia. To me, I don't know if that's the play. I mean, who knows? I don't play a lot of Atreides, but I do see a way for them to become a late game powerhouse for sure. Anyway, pivoting over to Corrino. Our Corrino player is, by the way, we didn't introduce the players. Let me introduce the players real quick. I have John Drama, aka Chethanix, on Atreides. We have Pecorin on Harkonnen. We have Rowboat God on Corrino. And then we have Mulholland Driver on the Smugglers. So Mulholland Driver is actually streaming on Twitch, so I'll be bouncing into his Twitch stream just to see what's going on in his game. Okay, so Corrino's running Winsikia Fenrig. You know, what do you guys think about this composition? I'm opening it up to the floor here.
Fenrig is really fun as far as like able to do points of interest all over the map. I think that's pretty damn useful, especially considering it helps mitigate their authority issues they have.
Yeah, stealing those POIs. He's my personal favorite counselor. But, you know, everybody, people, I don't know. Are there any Winsikia haters in here?
I honestly go Fenrig Aramsham nowadays.
You don't go Vincinia?
Yeah.
You're a tough guy.
Yeah,
Really tough guy.
I don't know. I can't play without her. She's my boo. I need her in
Fair
my
enough.
life. I need to take her out, wine and dine her. Put that ring on her finger. I need her in my life, baby.
She's mine already, Cream. Sorry, man.
What do you mean she's yours? I will be the emperor. I will marry the emperor's daughter.
I heard she
Did
can
you
also do
call
double
age
date.
trades now?
She can also do a double date, I think.
Okay,
Double
fine.
building, double
You want to
date.
see? You want to see which one she likes better? Me or
She
you?
can. She
And
can.
then Sikia can do double building in one village. She can also do double date.
Double marriage.
Maybe she needs two guys, dude. I don't know if I can
Yeah.
share her with you though. I don't roll like that. I can't cross swords with you.
Man,
All right, let's
I
keep
dream
it
about
PG.
you, man.
Keep it PG, dude. All right. I'm gonna switch over to our smuggler player, who's Mulholland Driver. I think probably him and the Atreides player, Chethanix, are the most experienced players in the lobby. I don't know anything about the other two. He's running. It looks like he's running Lingar and who's the main guy that gives you the extra underground HQ? What's his name?
Staban Tuik. Yep.
Yes, he's running 2x, so he's running the leader of the siege. Good combination. He does not have. Is that Lingar or Ban? No, that's Lingar, right? The bottom counselor.
Yep.
Okay, so he
Yep.
doesn't have Banerjee, so I don't think we're gonna see an aggressive smuggler here. We don't have access to Back Alley
Interesting.
Doctor, so he's gonna play a macro smuggler game, which is something PM Sag knows nothing about.
Damn. Okay.
Right, PM Sag?
Yeah, I always try to kill Cream, but it's almost impossible. So
Yeah.
and I never
mean,
go into the late game.
What counselors do you run on smuggler when you? Because you're a smuggler main, so what counselors are you running? He's getting a little.
Oh,
bit
he's
of
a
everything from the
smuggler
tech
main
tree.
since when? Damn. Okay.
PM Sag's a smuggler main.
I think for any smuggler you have to play with the water counselor.
Who
I
is
think
that?
it's called Stilgar, Lingar. I
Lingar.
think.
Okay, yeah.
Because you need the water for the mobility on the map,
Right.
for getting those point of interest and also discovery and pillaging, of course. It's quite
Right.
important, smuggler.
Right.
And the other one, a little bit depends. On the FFA, I like to play underground headquarters for the late game, get a lot of money.
Yeah. So
And for
you're running
2s2, I
Lingar
like
2ek. You're running Lingar 2ek, right?
Tuek. I don't know what's
That's the guy. That's the whatever his
Yeah,
name is.
Lingard, yeah, Lingard, yeah. I don't know
Lingar's the
his-
water guy, but the other guy's name.
Water
All
guy.
right. All right. I'm gonna
I
find
think
out
it's
his name.
Staban, I think. Staban's underground headquarters
Ban
guy.
Quick, yeah.
It's the
it's,
Ban.
He provides a lot of money in Solari and other.
You know, Sag. You know, now that I know that you're not running Banerjee, I gotta ask you, man. What the hell are you doing attacking me in month 3 all the time, man? You can't be doing that without Banerjee.
Month 2.
Month 2, whatever.
Banerjee is actually way better aggressive pick. I think for 2 vs 2 it probably becomes meta soon. I think.
I mean, if
Banerjee
you were to
really
ask,
helps.
if you were to ask the aggro smuggler players, I mean, Logic is in here. He knows. He probably will pick Banerjee over Staban. Let's check in the chat real quick. What's going on in the chat? Who's in here today? I think Smug's going chome with those advisors. That's coming from Baron Psychedilla, so that's absolutely worthless advice because all he does is chome.
he knows his stuff.
I thought Baron
had-
Psychedelics used to do he used to do bait busting.
No,
His Harkonnen.
who?
I remember this.
Who? Psychedilla? He's a known chomer.
Yeah.
He's a chomaholic, dude. He lives, breathes, smokes, eats chome.
Really?
I think she. Baron's a valid member of our community, and I think he played Joe more often than all players together in this community.
Yes.
Okay, I
But
trust
I
you on
actually,
that.
I actually think that he might be right. So he is gonna play a macro smuggler game for sure. Logic in the chat. Logic has won the Dune FFA weekly match by going domination smugglers. Logic, what do you think of Staban versus Banerjee? Give us some commentary there. I know a lot of the people watching this video do not understand this game, mainly because there is no tutorial. And the game has so many facets and aspects. It's a wonderful game. Yes, Mulholland's the smuggler. It's a wonderful game, but like it is not easy to learn. And then when you learn it, there's still like so many different things. You just almost always find something new about it.
A lot of mechanics, a lot of interaction between mechanics.
Yes, for sure. A lot of politicking in this game.
Yeah, that's
definitely.
interesting.
A lot of dumbassery as well.
A lot of stealth also, which is important, I believe.
Yes, the assassination. Okay, all right. So we did
Skirmishing.
We did a little theory crafting here. Let's talk about the way the map has been laid out. I'm on the Atreides stream right now. I'm looking at John's stream. So we have Atreides on the west, Hark in the north, Corrino on the east, and the smuggler player on the south. I like the Corrino spawn here, guys. I'm not gonna lie. I like the way that Rowboat, who's our Corrino player, I like his spawn. I'm not sure if I like his gameplay so far. He's got 3 units out. I guess he doesn't feel threatened, so he doesn't need much. I don't know exactly what tiles he has, but he's already taken his second spice field relatively safely. It's only one. He got a nice layout here. He has 2 spice fields that are touching 1 tile, so he can easily put an alloy furnace in between there later and get some nice spice production going. He's got a rare earth mineral village to the north of his main, so that can offset some of the upkeep that Winsikia inevitably brings, because she does cost double the upkeep. He has the Hark player on his west. He scouted Hark. He has not found Smuggler yet, and frankly he's in a nice position here because nobody's going to be threatening him early.
Yeah, in a perfect spot for him. Like every village behind the main base, it's too hard to go deeply, and like nobody able to do it.
Right, and the 2 front villages are very close to the main base, so that missile turret will be in range. Hark to the north is going to pillage that village to the north of him. I don't think he's going to have an issue with that. He does only have 4 units out. It is still rather early, so Corrino looking good. Going to our Corin, who's our Hark player, his situation is... Okay, we got our first vote. Let's see what this is going on. So, private mandate is the biggest vote here. Obviously, Smuggler would love that. Obviously, Hark would love that. It looks like Hark has the most influence in the lobby.
Yep, and
He either found a POI or he got some early blue tech. I don't know how he did that.
I think Hart gets influence from. Oh no, he doesn't have that counselor.
Yeah, so he's gonna get the private mandate. That's awesome. We have to assume he's already researched Instill Fear. Instill Fear is the tech.
You already researched Instill Fear. I saw that.
Yep, so then he's going to be pillaging these villages. He's going to be lowering the authority to annex these villages and getting the money for it, so it's a win-win for him. So Hark with the first win on the vote. Good vote for Hark. Tuning into the Smuggler stream, which is, do you guys have his Twitch stream open so that you guys can kind of keep tabs on what he's doing? Wow, the Twitch stream is such nice quality. I'll post the link to his stream in the chat. You guys, you know what? Show him some love. Let's get him some subs and stuff. Here's Mulholland's Twitch stream in the chat. So show him some love. Give him some subs, man. He's one of the few Dune streamers out there. What's going on in the chat? Cream, any potential location for a second base? That is a great question. That is something that every Corrino player must ponder. Let's go ahead and answer that question real quick. I'm going to go back to the Corrino stream here and see what we got. Okay, so let's just talk about the Corrino meta real quick. About a patch and a half ago, 2 patches ago, Corrinos really like to put that forward base out there. And what it allowed them to do is it would allow them, especially if they're running Winsikia, it allowed them to touch 2 special regions with that base, capture those special regions, and then it would allow them to build a craft workshop, and they could bunker up with a bunch of missile turrets and try to hold out for a hedge win. That was pretty much the meta Corrino play. However, some people, not saying it was me or not saying it was Gray, but it was probably me and Gray, figured out that that base is extremely vulnerable and makes you extremely vulnerable to a month 3 or 4 timing. And then once you take out one of Corrino's bases, it's not impossible, but it does make the game significantly harder simply because you don't have enough main base upgrade buildings, and you have to really choose what you're prioritizing. And it's hard to choose because you need a lot of them. Like, you need an admin hall on Corrino, you need a research center. If you don't have your second main base, you're definitely going to have to sacrifice some of your blue techs because it's going to put you out of the Landsrad, because you got to have your red techs, you got to have your yellow techs to sustain a large army and to have that army have buffs. So I'm thinking that Corrino has a pretty nice position. There's a special region right next to the Space and Cruiser wreck is right there, and then I think is that the Great Volcano on the bottom, or is that the Well of Riches? I'm not sure. So it's Great Volcano. Okay, so he can have a nice setup and still be in reach of a couple of special regions, so he doesn't have to overextend himself. So if he's smart, he's going to bunker down, and I think that's become the meta play for Corrino, is just to have an extremely tight territory. It's easy to defend, especially when you start pushing one of the win conditions, whether it's Chome or Hedge, which is usually how Corrinos like to play. What do you guys think about that?
Especially Chome is very important for Corrino because they get bonuses if they have more Chome shares than opponents.
Okay, so we see.
I don't know which bonus anymore. I think it's power bonus.
It's a power bonus. They get like 0.5% power for every like 1% of Chome they own or something, like, or 0.5%. It's a great tech. I mean, if you're not Chome on Corrino, you're definitely sacrificing.
It's a pretty late tech though, so it gives people a lot of time to contest it.
Tier 4 yellow, but by then, I mean, it doesn't matter. You don't need to research the tech to buy the Chome. You can still be buying Chome, and then once you get the tech, it'll retroactively give you all the power bonuses based on how much Chome you have. So Corrino's looking good. I like Corrino's spot. He's probably going to bunker down, put that second base in one of those 2 regions. You can usually tell where the Corrino is going to put the second base by where he's pillaging, but I haven't seen him pillage a village yet. He doesn't really need to. His economy's strong. He's generating 142 Solari a day. He's only got 4 units out. He's not feeling threatened. He's got 2 spice fields. His manpower is extremely low. He's only got 5 manpower. So for anybody that's watching, if you're scouting this game and you're looking at this Corrino player and you're looking at his villages and you see he has no recruitment offices, boy oh boy is he a ripe target for a month 3 or 4 rush. This guy would be so dead. But that takes a lot of game awareness to figure that out.
I would attack him.
You actually have to put a lot of effort into scouting. Compared to other games, the Fog of War is actually pretty harsh in some cases. And Dune. So.
We can explain a little bit about how Fog of War works in this game. I think that close to your headquarters, every region you have to discover the point of interest, the village, the special resource of that region, sometimes, and also incidental point of interest like some spies or whatever. And if they're further away from the headquarters, it takes more time to discover those point of interest. So it's way harder to scan the opponents.
It's an aggressive base drop, boys. Are you seeing this? This is crazy.
I
This
saw
is
it,
crazy. He's got 4 units out. He's putting his base out where it's exposed. He's building his. He's only building his
Recruitment
second
centers.
recruitment center.
No,
He's-
going ballsy is the right move sometimes for Corrino, though. Let's
Okay,
see how
so-
we'll see if this pays off, though. We'll
It's
see if
really
this pays off.
ballsy.
Okay, but he's doing it next to Mulholland. Okay, so I wonder what Mulholland's gonna do here. So he sees the base. Okay, and Mulholland at the moment he's getting blue
Only
tech,
has
man.
5 units.
Yeah, he's
Well,
getting
only has
blue.
5
He's
units.
playing a macro game, so he didn't go
Yeah.
recruitment center first, which is like kind of typical of Smugs. That is a crazy aggressive base drop. This is gonna be
Yeah.
an interesting point of contention throughout the match.
It's very well positioned, I think. It covers 2 regions. Spice region and also...
Well, the spice region is a worm nest, so that's even better. It's really good.
yeah, it's really good.
That's the main scope. That's why he put it here, like worm nest for the guy who needs money more than anyone, because he wanna have more chom than anyone. But still,
Yeah.
it's not. I'm not sure that he did it right.
We'll see. I mean,
Yeah.
this lobby,
Yes.
you know, we have a lot of unknowns in this lobby. I don't know. Mulholland is kind of a known, but he kind of guessed right in the sense that he like sensed that Mulholland wasn't playing aggressive smugglers. So this is an interesting play. Let's focus the shift here to the Atreides side of the map, who's running an economic deficit right now. I just saw him selling chom, and again, this happens on Atreides when you are, you know, not rushing yellow tech. This is our second vote. We have Scientific Congress. We'll see if anybody gets Scientific Congress. It's all factions, so probably everybody's going to get it. This is going to be an opportunity for the lobby to catch up on some red tech. Diplomatic committee is almost up, so if anybody's going to be rushing politics, they'll benefit from that. Atreides putting all his votes to support Scientific Congress. He nails it. Running a Solari deficit. He's got 1 spice field. He's got 2 spice fields. And
That's the problem. He could support his economy if he could pillage or do something like pillaging, but maybe not pillaging, and any alternative which fits a trade style. But it's so hard to sustain it early as a Atreides, especially in economy thing. And also he doesn't have a close third spice field. Like one is already taken by Harkonnen, and the one which is on the bottom of the map, yeah, is too close to Smug from my point of view. So
yeah, but Smug's got other problems here. I think his play here is to take that spice field in the south because Smuggler's going to have to be contesting that base drop by Corrino. So
Yeah, definitely.
he's going to build tall here instead of wide. That's what I would do if I was in his shoes. What do you think, Half Decent? What are you seeing over here in the Atreides setup?
Well, personally, I see he's going a little too wide too quickly. He's also encompassing the entire outside of the edge, which only works for Atreides, because normally you'd want like a pillage village on the back, which would be useful. But
But the trader cannot pillage, so...
yeah, that's what I was saying. That's why I said normally.
So he's playing
Well-
this lobby like he's under some kind of threat, and understandably so, because he's got Hark to his north and Smugs to his south, but he doesn't realize that neither of these players are threatening him. So he has quite a lot of CP out, 34, and that's probably why his economy's suffering a little bit. Now, Pecorin, our Harkonnen player, he has 28 CP out. He's generating he's got a lot of manpower banked, so he's ready for a fight if he needs it. But he doesn't have any red tech, and even though Scientific Congress passed, he's still researching yellow tech. So the Harkonnen player is definitely not going to be a threat here. And so this is a common thread in this is what a lot of people can do in some of these lobbies where, you know, some of these players are unknown variables. I think most players tend to default to a macro game, and they can really greed their. So if I was John, if I was the Atreides player in this situation, I would be greeding so hard. I wouldn't really be threatened by the Hark at all because he's a new player. And then when I see that base drop by Corrino right next to the Smuggler territory, I know that I'm not going to be the Smuggler's focus. So I'd be greeting a little bit more. I don't know. That's
The
just
question
my
is,
that's just
did
my
he
analysis.
see it or not? Maybe he is not aware of it.
That's a good question too. Mulholland's Twitch. Okay, Mulholland's got some CP out now. He's got 36 CP out. He's got 2 POI units. So he's got more than 36 CP realistically. He's got like 40. Each warrior is like what 4 or 5 CP. So he's got right around 45 CP, and he can still build a couple more. He is researching red tech. He's got 23 research, so he is cranking the research right now.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Is he stealing it? Did he get the laptop their mission? But yeah, he's cranking the research. I'm thinking he's gonna gear up for. Okay, but his manpower is low, so you can see he doesn't have militia in his spice field, so he's sending the boys over there to deal with those rebels. Okay, now with Corrino capturing the worm nest here, if you could look at the way the villages are positioned, it doesn't really help to protect the Imperial base because you can't stack missile turrets next to it based on where the worm nest is located. So that base is exposed. It is quite exposed. I think Mulholland. Okay, my prediction for this game is that Mulholland's gonna kill that base and that guy's gonna be royally screwed sometime soon. But we'll see how well I know this game or not. Looks like Atreides. I just caught a glimpse of the Atreides taking his 3rd spice field. Something he
Third spice field. That's huge.
That's something he absolutely must do. Tune in
Actually,
for the
that's
Atreides.
basic. Like everyone's
3.
supposed to have 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you have more, it means that somebody doesn't have enough.
Yep. Or you're Fremen.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Shout
or
out
you're
to my
Fremen.
Fremen. Who's my Fremen players in the chat? Anybody? Any Fremen players in the chat? No one says Extreme. F Fremen says Logic. Horror says me. I know he's lying because he doesn't play Fremen. Nobody, dude. I'm literally the only Fremen player left, literally, and I don't even play them anymore. So that means nobody. Fremen, terrible state. Let's just talk about the Fremen for example. How bad are they?
Fremen's probably won the most Dune Weekly tournaments, I think.
Yeah, before the nerfs, before the siege incentive nerfs.
Oh, I see the incentive nerfs, yeah, but it's Fremen that never did.
Oh, he's about to get a village liberated. Atreides here. This is a huge mistake here. It's a spice village. Mistake, yeah. Are you kidding me?
You won't be able to reach it in time.
Oh my god, what a mistake. What a mistake.
It's a original spice village. Oh, that's really bad.
Wow, so he's gonna have to wait, what is it, 10 days?
In this situation, all you have to do is just press Alt F4 and Alt F4 and go do other stuff. I mean, it's
nah, he's fine. He's gonna be fine.
I know he's tough guy. He know how to play, but it was incredibly unlikely.
Okay, I don't know what underground HQ the smugglers placed on the Corrino base, but I'm sure it's something good. Smugglers with 25 research. I mean, this is amazing. PM Sag, are you taking notes here? He's got 65 CP. Hey, keep it PG over there. But keep it PG.
I'm not allowed to swear during commentaries. But,
correct.
But you're doing very well. Very good commentary, man.
Thanks, bro.
And also, Smack reached 10k hack, which means he can put
underground explosives.
Yeah. Thanks for assist.
You're welcome. Third vote, gear regulations. The middle vote is. I don't really like this vote at all because it's early. We don't know. And the other one is a sale incentive on Chom. I'm assuming Corrino has a lot of Chom. I'm just assuming. I haven't been able. Oh, there it is. So Hark has 6, Smugs has 5, Corrino has not bought any Chom. I was totally wrong. We don't really know what the Corrino player is doing. Hark taking another spice field over here in the middle, by the way. And he can't do that because Corrino chose to expand to the south. So I don't know how many spice fields this puts Hark on. But Hark is in a nice spot. He's selling all his spice. He better be careful. He's going to miss tax. We don't know who got hit with gear regulations. I think Hark got hit with gear regulations because he's got the the debuff logo on his top left UI. So I think
No,
he
no, no,
got
no,
hit.
no. No.
No?
Corrina changed the resolution, so it affects all of them,
factions.
and they didn't support it. It's
Okay.
as far as I remember, it's for price of champ shares.
Yeah,
So
okay.
it costs more to buy,
What's
and you
Smuggler gonna
get
do
more
here?
more
Smuggler
solar
is
agents.
currently, sorry to interrupt you. Smuggler is currently pillaging the village right next to the tile on which that other base is sitting. So, we gotta see what's he doing. Oh, his Twitch stream is behind. He's got a delay on his Twitch stream. That sucks. Corrino's about to complete his third yellow district. And he just took that other rare. Corrino does not care, dude. He's not building any defenses. It's all yellow buildings, dude. He does not care. He feels
all
he's
eco.
invulnerable. Simply does not care. Hark is.
I wish I had
chilling.
such kind of self-confidence.
This kind of confidence is. You know what our problem is? We're playing with too many good players, man. We got to start playing with people that just don't know what they're doing.
Okay.
Baron,
Well, it's not
Baron Hark,
interesting. because-
the Baron Psychedilla, a man of my taste. He's not buying Chom yet, though. We'll see. Does Corrino have military base on that spice field? He does not. All of them got gear regs. Alright. So, man, Hark actually pillaged that spice village. He didn't take it. Maybe he didn't have the authority. I don't know what that's all about. I would have taken that. Okay, Parallel says hidden explosives on Corrino's base. So Smuggler is definitely thinking what I'm thinking. And I think the early action is going to be on that right side of the map. And Corrino now is at 55 CP cap, but he's only got 30 out. He doesn't have parallel training, so only has 2 training slots. So should his army die... Okay, he just got his 4 training slots. Okay, Corrino now catching up in red tech. He's not researching Imperial protocols, ladies and gentlemen. He's skipping... Okay, Imperial Protocols is queued next, so he's going to be able to get 65
Of course, he's not
CP
skipping
out.
Imperial protocols.
No, he can't.
It's Imperial protocols.
It allows for 65 CP for Corrino. It's the tier 4 red. He has not gotten the volcano, so I don't see any fuel cells available to him at the moment, so he can't... the one saving grace here would be if he had the volcano, he had some fuel cells, and he had a couple of drones sitting there underneath that main base and shelling the smugglers as they approach, because they're coming. Okay, he has 2 missile turrets on the worm's nest, but those are not going to defend his main base. If I was Smuggler, just saying here, boys, just hear me out. If I was Smuggler, I would totally ignore the worm's nest. I would go in, I would kill the army, and then I would take that main base out first.
Yep.
You could put a military base on that tile that's already touching, and then you get the boost, and then boom. Okay, now he's researching. Okay, I'm looking at Corrino's other main base. He's got recruitment center. He's got command post. So he doesn't have the plus 10% power, and he doesn't have the other red building to complete a 3 district. So Smuggler, if Smuggler has a 3 district completed, he'll be in a nice power advantage with a military base over the Corrino army, and he can decimate them. Okay, we'll see what happens there. Let's go to the Atreides stream. Atreides, 3rd spice field. Well, 2nd spice field now. He still hasn't been able to recapture the spice field he lost to Rebels. He's probably kicking himself in the foot. He's minus 151 income. He's starting to delete plascrete production. And... man. This is where Atreides is tough, man. When you start falling into this economic trap of Atreides, man.
Yeah.
What's quite special in this free-for-all match is actually that the Polar Sync is not contested. Most time Polar Sync, most time in the free-for-all matches, nobody takes a Polar Sync because if you take it, everybody attacks you. But in this case, nobody's near the Polar Sync except Harkonnen. So
Yes.
this could be a situation that Harkonnen gets a Polar Sync non-contested.
Yep,
It could be actually a quite big deal.
There's a good analysis there. Corrino chose to expand south, so he's not going to have any threat from the right on the Polar Sync. Corrino simply doesn't have the authority. The White Rift is being captured by Harkonnen. Smugglers just pillaging. Atreides still has a 2 or 3 day penalty on that spice village he lost, so he can't retake it. He's got 140 authority. He's not producing a lot of. He's not producing a lot of authority for somebody who's playing Duncan. I don't see any areas with sieges that he's got one area with a siege there. So when he allies, he has the 100%. He just needs to put the agent there.
Yeah, I don't know. He could do it far. He could do it from the start. I mean, you can trade one agent from Arrakis for one agent to put one agent instead of on Arrakis to put it in siege. So you get one more authority, and it costs you quite well. I don't know why he didn't do it.
I'm not sure. Not sure.
People are doing.
Everybody's got their own ideas. You know, we're looking from the outside in. That's the beauty of this game. There's a million ways to win it. There's also a million ways to lose it. So,
If you want to lose it, step one, pick Freeman. Am I right?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
We found that out last time we played.
Unless you're Cream.
You were doing no, dude. I haven't been able to win a game on Fremen. I also don't play them really anymore because I find
Spielberg, if he comes back, then he likes to play them.
Sure. So, alright, fourth vote. Imperial missionaries and recruitment are the hot ones here. The Emperor is generous, applies it to everybody. Atreides and Smuggler with a nice amount of influence banked. Harkonnen not so much. Atreides with 340 Landsrad, corrino with 365. Nobody is up for a charter yet. So the political game is quite quiet at the moment. It's happening in the background. That's the whole thing with this game. It's quite interesting that these politics and these votes are happening, and then all of a sudden somebody's eligible for a charter, and then boom, governor's up.
So what do you think a win con from each player right now? I think Atreides goes for probably governor. I don't know, but there's probably a lot of influence production.
I think they're all going for hedge. I think they're all going for hedge. And
I think Harkonnen by far has the best hedge position right now.
Yeah, I don't
There's some
actually,
nice special
with
regions.
the way it stands now,
nearby.
with the way it stands now, Sag, I think that Corrino is in the best position to hedge because he has the volcano, he has a worm nest, and the spacing cruiser to his left. So he can definitely do some nice work here. But
If he
that
keeps
all
his
depends
second
on-
base.
Yes, I agree.
And his second base is quite exposed, I think.
Chat, what are we thinking, chat? What do we got? Give me some feedback here. Kronos
Someone in the
coming
chat
soon.
says that Kronos is coming soon, I think.
Yeah, well, he's
So
got to
should be afraid
get
then?
he's got to get that volcano, dude, where it's just occupied by rebels. He doesn't even have the strength to take the rebels out yet. Corrino's gonna get murdered soon, says Horus Ra. Smugs seems to be very good, says Extreme. We'll see. We will see. The
Also,
anticipation.
Karina went for Emperor's Monument in first main base, so it doubles his solar income.
Okay. Alright, I'm looking at the Smuggler main base right now. Okay, guys. He's got a 3 red district completed. He's got 64 CP out. He is going for his next building. He's trying to decide what he wants to do. I think he's going to go Chone Branch. No, Landsrad. He went Landsrad quarters. Okay, so he's going to play he's setting himself up for two situations here. Militarily, he could do some damage, and he's going to be in the political game. For sure. So, just a matter of time. We'll see. Is he going to wait for his flagship? He's at 82 guild favor. So maybe he's waiting for his flagship before he decides to engage the Corrino player. He's got the military base set up.
I think Harkonnen is going to take Polar Sync.
Okay, let's check it out.
Interesting.
That's quite important because...
Do you think people would even be able to contest if they took Polar Sync or no?
Well, I'll tell you what, the two villages over there are very heavily overlapped. So whoever takes that is going to have a very nice fortified position.
Because Polar Sync is it's quite hard to hold, except if you have two villages next to each other. In this case, it is. So you can put in both villages, you can put in turrets. And also the militia you can trigger twice, and
Yeah,
it'll be really
he's-
annoying to.
Yeah, and he's got Raban for the extra militia spot. So, okay, so he's taking a spice field there. He's prioritizing spice, that's fine. That's understandable. No qualms there. There's no need to push hedge right now. Make yourself an obvious target.
Corrina is clearing. I
Rebels.
forgot
The
the
middle
name.
is completely empty, man. It's so strange.
The renegades.
It's
Renegades. Yeah,
crazy.
you're right. Thanks. And it's a great time, as I believe, for Smug to attack.
And he might be doing so. Corrino sees the smuggler on the southern border. Okay, he's not that bad. Okay, smugglers breaks truce. Here we go. Here we got some action. He's dropping it. He doesn't know that you can't decoy thumper a region where your main base is, so he can't do that.
Yeah.
These units are low in supply. Is he going to use supply drop here? Because they're walking through a storm, so they're going to lose more health. Now, smugglers electing to take the worm's nest here. Corrino drops an orbital strike. Does smuggler have comm jam? I don't think he does. He's walking his units to his other base. He's flying them over, but they're all so damaged from fighting that renegade base. Smuggler with a very nice composition. A lot of snipers in the back. So Smuggler destroying everything in that village. He's liberating it. He's choosing to liberate it. Okay. Here comes. He does.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's one. You can take it back. Yeah. That operation of Corrino, the airdrop is so strong.
Yeah, but like he could bite it to waste on worm nest and then attack his main base. Actually, I don't know why he decided to turn around.
He could have fought that. Maybe he thought he took too much damage from the orbital strike. He's still
Yeah,
trying to
probably
do
that,
he's
yeah.
still trying to decoy thumper in the region. You can't decoy thumper a region where the main base is.
Hope never die, you know?
I think smugglers. Okay, there's another orbital strike going down, and he's got more units flying in. He's nice positioning on the reinforcements. He's trying to capture the back line there, hit those snipers. Smuggler would be wise to equip. I think he just got wormed too, so this attack's been thwarted. Corrino so far doing a good job, holding him off. I think the smuggler would be wise to equip padded shielding here, but I'm not sure if he has it. So
Also
now
a great time
Corrino
for
has a
him.
pincer potential here. This is good positioning from him. I'm kind of liking his play. If he can defend this position, he can go liberate that spice field from smuggler up there. He's making a lot of money. He's not buying any chome with it though. Baron, what do you think about that? Not buying chome. Is he out of his mind?
Yeah.
It's embarrassing, says Baron. Hey, watch your mouth. He says it's embarrassing. Logic, why is he so afraid? Logic, not a fan of this engagement. He's making too many riflemen, says Horace Ra. I think he might be waiting for his flagship, which is, he's got the parts for it now. I think Smuggler does. Yeah, he's queuing up the Wraith. Maybe that's the play for him. Okay, now Corrino is capturing the volcano.
That's a big thing.
Yeah, he needs those fuel cells. Alright, our first charter, ladies and gentlemen.
-1 spies in all factions?
Yep, he's betting that they're going to decline. Who's going to get water cellars here? God, Atreides would love water. Atreides would be in a back alley begging for water cellars right now. Does he have the votes? I think he does. He has the votes. Is he eligible? He is eligible. Man, we haven't looked at Atreides in a minute. Ever since he lost that spice field, we're like, wow, how embarrassing. Alright, let's see. Atreides, he's got 3k. I don't know how he got that money, because he's at -37 Solari. So he's not in a Solari deficit anymore. He recaptured the spice field. He's taken another region with a siege, which is good. His authority production is now 8, which is decent. Okay, he's choming.
It's incredibly low. I mean, he must have at least +12 at this moment. I don't know. Maybe he doesn't have administrative hall, and it's also a
Perhaps.
problem.
Perhaps. I wish there was a way for us to see. Those main base buildings are so crucial. The timing in which you choose to get them and in the order in which you choose to get them makes or breaks the first 3 months of the game, which sets the tone for the entire game. So Atreides is kind of like playing a standard Atreides game. They're just turtling, they're expanding out, they're building stuff. It's basically extremely boring. So there's no, there's no other way to describe it. I mean, that's just if you are, if you're a SimCity, hey, half decent, you still here, bro?
I'm straight. I'm still here.
All right. What do we think about this? What do we think about this titillating Atreides gameplay?
Playing as if he's in a city, just like a singular city, and he's not trying to he's not even trying to expand, go further. He's not trying to have any borders. It's disappointing, honestly. It hurts my soul. Yep. He should be fighting people.
No, he should not be. It'd be funny. No, he is doing exactly what Atreides is in the hedge race. He's calmly, he just got sellers, I think. He's playing Atreides the way Atreides is designed.
But it's boring.
It's not the exciting faction to watch, okay? Let's be honest here, all right? Everybody knows what you're going to get when you play Atreides. You're going to get 2 hours SimCity Fest and then
it's a good beginner faction, and the late game they are very strong.
Late game they are strong. I will not disagree. All right, Pecorin making combat drugs. He's got a host of operations. He's got 2.3k Solari in the bank, plenty of manpower.
Didn't have combat drugs, it'd be more concerning.
Pecorin, by the way, took the polar sink. He's bunkering up that area, so he's doing great. This is so good for Harkonnen because the mill is completely uncontested. He's instilling fear in all these villages. He's going to be able to cap them later if he needs to for extremely low authority. If he plays his cards right, he's doing great. I think he's leading in Chum too. Everybody's on the edge of their feet trying to figure out when this smuggler engagement versus Corrino, this has been the only military engagement on the map so far, is going to go down. Corrino's generating 23 intel. That's pretty nice. He can get another orbital strike here. He's now building fuel cells. He's getting his Chronos out. So the more time that goes on, because then he's going to be able to get drones, the more time that goes on, the harder it is for Smugs to really, really put a dent in this location. I don't know what he's going to do here, but he's still got all his units on the border with Corrino. Okay, Smug's going in again. Corrino can't use the decoy thumper in the Imperial base region. Still trying. Alright, Corrino's got some units here. He's flying in reinforcements. He's going to go for a pincer maneuver. Those snipers are getting hit by those missile batteries. He's pulling back the snipers now. As the militia come out, he's just going to kite the militia, kill the militia. And here come the reinforcements from Corrino. All veteran army from Smuggler. Okay, he's doing a great job of kiting here. Here comes the reinforcements. He's going to pull back here.
That is some gorgeous kiting.
It is just good play it's surprisingly good play from Corrino. The way he's reinforcing there, he's not allowing the Smuggler to set up a backline. That Sardaukar is pinning all those snipers, and this is where the Smuggler army is going to struggle. And now he's doing a great job of pinning the units. Orbital bombardment goes down. This is so good for Corrino, dude. He's going to defend this position. The more this goes on, the harder it's going to be for Smuggler to take this out. Now he's going to have to pull back a little bit, let these units eat some of that orbital strike damage. If he has mercs, now would be the time, but the orbital strike's doing the work. He's got 2 missile turrets there. Those 2 stars survive. He did a good job defending there, man. I like it. Now he's going to get his Chronos out.
His melee units to pin those range units from Smuggler.
Yep, I like it. I like what I'm seeing
He's probably a Total War player, I think. It's quite common in Total War.
I just don't know what his upgrades are on his units because I don't know why his army got melted so much. I mean, I also don't know if he has 26 research, so he's killing the research right now. Okay, the Chronos is out. He's moving the Chronos south. I don't know what his upgrades on his army are because it seemed like his army was a little thin there. It should have been able to tank a little bit more of that damage from the Smuggler. But yeah, he doesn't have his third base. Okay. Now Corrino is finishing his 3rd red district, his three red districts, so he is going to have a little bit of a boost from that, which was missing in that last fight. And I don't think he has a military base there. I can't see what buildings he has in the Worm's Nest or in the other regions. So the army advantages for Smugglers there for now. Harkonnen having the time. This is like Harkonnen's wet dream, dude. Holy crap. Run around, pillage everything, chome up. Look at that. He's got 12 chome, 13 chome. He's right in the race with Corrino on chome. Corrino's got 14. He's just pillaging. Those villages are going to be cheap to annex later. He's got plenty of spice. I don't see any office of orders.
Yeah, Hark has great time just running around, pillaging everything. Nobody cares about him for some
Yep.
reason.
64 CP out, all veteran from killing rebels. So good for him,
As you should be.
right?
Smugglers doesn't have the flagship yet, right?
He should be building it because he has the guild favor. I don't know if he has the fuel cells or not.
Seems that no.
He does.
He doesn't have the guild favor. He has 55 smuggler.
Oh, he does at 55. You're right. Here comes the Kronos. That Kronos will get melted by the snipers. He's using the Kronos to hit the snipers. Now this is I don't know. Okay, so he lost. So the engagement for Corrino did not go well while we were checking out Hark.
I think the smugglers should change to ranged gear to kill that flagship
And it's
seconds
gonna die. So
with,
somebody
free
asked
company.
how's Hark Chome? He's up there in the race with Corrino. They're both at like 14, 15 right now. All right, I have the council. Okay, we have diplomatic congress. I have the council. So for the charter, Corrino I think Corrino can get this charter if he really wants it. But the question is, does Corrino want to vote himself in? Or smugglers in for okay, so he's gonna vote smuggler in for Congress because he's lost that fight, and the smuggler's probably not gonna betray him because he doesn't want to lose his lands are outstanding. So this is a nice move by Corrino. He's gonna get the vote too, which means that Eye of the Council is up for grabs, and I think smugglers gets Eye of the Council. So that there you go. So the smuggler is now forced truce with Corrino. This is a brilliant move strategically from Corrino. Smuggler has to pull his army out. He's not gonna betray him. So Corrino just bought himself a little bit of time to re-up. Now he can really build a better army for the smuggler composition. He's got 26 free fuel cells. That translates to 3 or 4 artillery drones, which he can put shrapnel on to shred biological units, and he can just rain hell on those units from the shield of the main base, which I don't know if he knows how to do, but we'll find out. So far, some of his engagements have been impressive to me, so we'll see. Angelero, I need to hear from you, Angelero. I need something.
I'm just decided to check who has the most hack right now, and seems that it's Smug and which is not usual for me. Smug and Harkonnen.
Hark has 13.4. I'm sorry, Atreides has 13.4. Hark has 15.4.
15, and Smug also has like 15,
14.5.
and let's check Corrino.
15 on Hug. Yeah.
Corrino is a little bit behind. I'm a little bit disappointed in Smug because I believe he could bring much more damage and disaster for Corrino.
All right, boys, we need some feedback here. Corrino choosing to get out 2 hammers versus a smuggler army now with a wraith.
That's probably not smart, I think.
I don't know about this. We'll see. I mean, look, we'll see.
Drones are way better.
I think artillery drones would be better here too. So if he watches his
You
back,
outrange the smuggler.
wait, yeah. So for every smuggler player in here, they all know who the hard counter is for smuggler, and it's the dang Corrino. So, all right. I mean, we'll see. Let's go to our lovable turtle, the Atreides. Just turtling up. Okay, Atreides now is expanding wide. First he went tall, now he's wide, and he's got fuel cells. He's got the observatory mountain. His economy is okay. You know, is now stabilized. Now he's got a 65 CP army that he can support with his economy, so he's good. He's got a nice composition. He doesn't have any support drones in there, but I would throw a couple of support drones in there. He's got the fuel cells to support it. It's okay. Not everybody's perfect. His tech tree, he's researching his last red tree, and he's got all his blue. He's got enough green. I'm assuming he's gonna go to yellow here. He's got a research agreement with somebody because he's getting a lot of tech. 25 research on Atreides. Atreides is stabilized.
Atreides misses 2 quite crucial techs for him. which is small council, and the next one next to it, which doubles the amount of resources which are produced by your agents. So it also doubles influence income. So instead of +3, you have +6, which is quite a lot.
That's the blue tech I see. Yeah, the right.
Sustainable spying, yeah. I don't understand why he went for countermeasures and didn't go for small council, because one helps another a lot. Yeah, and it looks like Harkonnen plays SimCity. Yeah, he do whatever he wants. You know, he like easy life mode. And Atreides, it's like survival, hard survival game, where he tries to not die from circumstances mostly.
Corrino now making 1,000 Solari a day. The Emperor doing Emperor things. Okay, he's getting drones out. It's like he heard me. It's like he heard me somehow. I hope he has not. I hope he has me muted.
I hope so as well. I mean, shit.
Artillery drones are hard countering smuggler.
Yeah, I think the smuggler is. I don't think he's gonna re-engage Corrino until it's time to pile onto him if he's leading. I think people are gonna start. I think the pivot's gonna happen here. I think the hedge pivot's gonna happen, and I think the political pivot's gonna happen here as some of these charters start to go and people are gonna become eligible. Corrino with a nice tech tree. He's got Emperor's eyes. He's not gonna be assassinated. He's getting his Cho manipulation now, so his units are about to get a significant power spike. He's already got 30% Cho. So I think we're gonna have a little bit of a lull in the action here. That vote by Corrino, pretty brilliant. Pretty brilliant.
He has almost 500 authority. I don't understand why he doesn't spend it.
You know what he's doing? He just doesn't want to front run. He's just making sure that he's not getting too far ahead.
If you're front running, people target you, especially in free for alls.
Yeah, he's building more hammers. I like this. Dude, I like this comp. You know who this reminds me of? This reminds me of Smab. I don't know if you guys have played against him. He's a Russian player, but he did these nice like balanced compositions between ground and air, and they were really tough to deal with. So this is a nice composition. He's got all his units neatly hotkeyed, if you've noticed.
We have a fight between Smugglers and Atreides, meanwhile.
Let's check that out. Okay.
Let me see.
And this is who's aggressing on who. Smugglers aggressing on Atreides. He's trying to kite those snipers, but those snipers are pinned very well by the Atreides army. A worm is present, so Smugglers still kiting. That worm is about to have a meal. It's about to, and there it goes. Okay, it was a 1-for-1 trade. That's fine. Smugglers handily winning this fight, by the way, doing a great job with the snipers. I'm assuming they have caffeine pills and extra range, which is super annoying to deal with. Those last couple of units are gonna get melted. Smugglers wins the fight, so.
But the annexation is not completing of that village, neutral village.
Right.
For smugglers. It's contested by Atreides.
I mean, Atreides could take it or no. Even under operation which reduces damage, Atreides couldn't deal with.
16 and 17 on Chom for House Corrino and House Harkonnen. Speaker of the Council here. Smugglers in a position to get Speaker of the Council if he's eligible. And it looks like he is. So
Yeah.
everybody's going to have a charter. Well, frankly, only... Yeah. So...
I believe he should use bounty for it.
You know what? He's judiciously not used bounty yet, and I think that's a big mistake that a lot of smuggler. Wow, Atreides got Speaker of the Council. Worst case scenario for everybody in the lobby. This is horrible.
That is awful because they've been playing so safe. So now it's really hard for anyone to do anything against them now.
Dude, they're yeah.
That's gonna be awful.
Don't understand why he decided not to spend all his influence for it. I mean,
I'm not sure.
He used only 200 votes, but why? Like,
so he's sending in some Landsrad guards, which are not gonna. That's not gonna. Yeah, it's not gonna be enough. They're gonna get toasted.
they're gonna die
He's
for
gonna try to
nothing.
micro that one Landsrear guard away. Oh no, that Landsrear guard is.
And it's also a big mistake when you throw your army one by one. Like,
Yes, it is. If you lose a fight, it's time to retreat and just live to fight another day with a full army. Lose a territory or two. Okay,
at
so
least, at
look at
least
Hark,
he
man.
killed.
Hark has leached himself slowly and progressively onto the Corrino side of the map, which is, I guess, fine. I like Corrino's army composition, guys.
What is? Let me check that real quick. What is Corrino's army? That is an int. Oh, the hammers are really good. I think they're better than artillery drones, and I think that's a really good use of his high amount of resources.
I'll tell you what, though, one EMP is all it takes, but we'll see what happens. Corrino, Smuggler in the hedge lead here with 20k almost.
That's something unusual for me.
But you know what? I think the primary threat is Atreides, who
Because
has
of
Speaker of the Council.
Governor will.
well, he has. I mean, everyone can compete with him right now.
So we're gonna take a pause here for a minute. Probably it's time for a bathroom break. Chat, what do we got going on in the chat? What are people thinking over here?
What's Atreides doing? One of the
Speaker
comments
isn't
was
a
to-
crisis. Just resupport it. Maybe. I don't know. Short
I
term
think the most
Atreides,
preparation
long
also
term I think Hark.
Have a fight between Smuggler and Atreides once again. Smuggler uses Wrath to attack a village with fuel cells.
I'll tell you what. It's just suboptimal Atreides play. Because Atreides is the only other faction that has a ranged unit that can fight the smuggler unit besides Corrino. He just didn't have enough rangers in that composition to kite back. And he made the mistake of fighting in a neutral territory. You can see Atreides is annexing that village peacefully.
Yeah, and which is smart, and it's also look he can put 3 missile batteries in one spot.
That's why he
almost.
wants that spot.
Yeah.
That one missile turret's doing work. He's trying to run after
He
those
can work,
snipers.
yeah.
He's gonna get maybe one sniper here. No, that sniper's gonna get away because the Wraith slows too much. Oh, Atreides, you got 10,000 in the bank, my man. It's time to merc spam. He's building all troopers, right?
Yeah, and he sends them one by one, four by four.
Well, Smugglers is just pillaging. This is best case scenario for Atreides. Let him pillage and rebuild your army. Who cares? It's not like he's liberating.
Yeah.
He's making 610 Solari a day. This is great for Atreides. I don't know why he's not choming. Get some chom, get to 10%. Have mercs in your back pocket. I can see the logic here by Atreides to try to capture that. It becomes more of like a choke point for him. A lot of rock over there. They can build missile turrets next to each other.
Oh,
Hark coming in from the north. What's gonna happen here? Are we gonna see the 2v1 action?
It's going.
join the
to-
party.
Oh,
What's happening here, boys?
it's going
Hark's going in on
the chest.
Atreides. Is he going in on Atreides? Pecorin coming out of nowhere. What's the logic here? What kind of deals have been made? Hark pulling back now. I'm not sure what he's doing. Okay, now Corrino has taken the spacing cruiser wreck. Now we're talking about a 6 craft shop. 6 craft shop potential for Corrino. He's researching green tech, so I'm assuming he's gonna get valuable trinkets. Chom is 16, Corrino 17 for Hark, 6 for somebody else. I think Atreides had 0. So
Harkonnen
Atreides,
is going to take Corrino, I think.
yeah, I
Yeah,
don't know. We'll
Hark.
see. I want to see what this army composition
This
is
is a
gonna do.
very interesting battle.
Yes.
Corrino, Harkonnen right now.
How's he gonna use his operations here?
This is a very important battle for Corrino right now. It's
Okay,
one of
so
the few
he's
places
setting up his
he's-
drones.
who
Look
cannot
at
really
it.
defend well. It's
Look how
open.
neatly hotkeyed he has all his units. I love it. He's got all his melee units on hotkey 1. He's got all the Hawks on 2. The Kronos is on 3. And the drones are on 4. The drones are positioned in the back line. I don't know where the Hawks are currently. The Overlord is moving in right now. Looking to take some free pot shots maybe? No, I think he just mismicroed it here.
No, because they are in truce. That's why nobody starts
Okay,
the fight.
somebody
Now
broke
he
a truce. Hark broke the truce.
Go, 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 go.
I see.
And the Hammers
And-
are going for the reserve. They perhaps going to surprise Harkonnen. Will be interesting. That's the reason they
Okay,
put in reserve.
There goes combat drugs. There go
yeah,
the
it was in
drones.
reserve. Yeah, it was in reserve.
Oh boy, look at those
Surprise
hammers,
attack.
man.
This Ark is dying soon, probably.
I don't know, man. Those units got melted. Yeah, there's not enough on the ground here for Corrino, and that's what I'm talking about. When you go with
Focus
these,
fire on the gunners. He's focus firing gunners.
yeah,
so
but the
gunners are
Overlord
dead.
is still there. What can he do? The Kronos was not in position. That was a problem. Okay, this is a micro-intensive battle for Corrino. He's gonna have to micro the Overlord stings and then focus back onto the melee units. This is the problem with these compositions, because if you don't have enough on the ground, I like those compositions, but if you don't have enough on the ground there, then it's just a one-way ticket.
I think it works pretty well against Smuggler, but against Harkonnen he has a lot of health and armor, so it's more difficult.
He's got operations too. I think the Harkonnen army is nigh unbeatable toward the end. Judge of the Council.
Yeah, Harkonnen and Executors just slap. The full Executor army.
Yeah, but
You can also heal, of course.
executors can't do anything against hammers. That's. And I mean, one hammer can control Overlord quite easily. Just kill stings one by one, and Overlord can do anything.
So the fight continues. Here comes the bombardment. He's only pillaging. I don't understand this attack at all, but that's okay. Yeah, Corrino fends this off. Man, is that the way to beat Hark? Interesting, huh?
Might be. It really might be.
Because a ground-to-ground army versus Hark, I think only ECAS can beat them. Wow. Has to be careful for all these missile turrets. Are gonna eat those units up. He's gonna lose a hammer here. Okay, he micros him back.
And it survived. Yeah, he.
I was gonna say the air units are relatively easy to micro, so you can just get them away when they get low, and they're very cost effective. Especially the Corrino one.
He went for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hammers. That's something unusual.
Does it still have? Does the hammer still have high armor?
Look at
I remember they
what's
nerfed armor.
Atreides, guys. There was a whole nother fight going on the other side of the map. So while those guys
Well,
resupply,
shit. Let me see that shit.
stop cursing, please.
I know. Sorry.
Yeah, looks like Smuggler's been putting in work. Atreides has to ceasefire one of the regions. He doesn't want to lose that. I think at this point Atreides just has to sit back, fully resupply. He needs to change his army count. I just don't think he has enough experience here. He needs to have a lot of rangers to counter the range of the Smuggler, with a few wardens
Experience
and
is
some support
Atreides' main
drones.
advantage.
I'm just talking about them not having experience on it. He's not a Atreides main. I know for a fact.
Not the unit experience. Okay.
Yeah. So, Smuggler taking a
I
handy
really like the
victory.
fight again between Corrino and Harkonnen.
I learned something new today. I learned something new. I'm interested to see how this composition is going to fare now that he's got even more hammers. So Hark's resupplying here. I think they need to call a truce because Smuggler's about to pull away and hedge even further. And Corrino is really the only one that's in a nice position to attack Smuggler on the flank on the right side.
Well, that's really a question how to deal with 9 hammers as Hark. I'm just trying to figure out.
He's got 4
I mean-
gunners over there. He's got his overlord.
One overlord can do a lot versus it.
Okay, so he's gonna micro the hammers. Oh my god, they melt. That one gunner gone. One hammer's low. Here come the stings. Those are dead.
Nice hedge pop from Smuggler. Suddenly get 1000. I think he probably multi-capped it. Multi-capped multiple villages and
Yeah.
got them.
He captured special regions, that's why.
You know, he can just rain. He can just put those drones into position. He doesn't even have any drones anymore, does he? He just went straight hammers. Wow. What a player.
It's very difficult for Harkonnen to counter this because they don't. Their range units are quite strong, but don't
Okay,
have range.
now we got some back
So they
deal
cannot
going
really
on.
reach.
So we got the Atreides player messaging the corrino player. Smugs is winning. He says, talk to Hark. He's attacking me right now. And so now the message. Now here we go. Here's the backdoor politicking. Is Harkonnen gonna choose corino here?
This is the fun part of the free
This
for all.
is
The end
this
game.
is the best
The
part.
politics part.
I love this part.
You
Now
wait
peop-
1 hour and then the fun starts.
Yes, we finally made it, guys. Corino building a lot of craft workshops. So I mean, I don't know if he's gonna want to choose him because he's gonna have like 80, 90 passive hedge pretty soon at this rate because he's got 3 specials.
I also have to understand
here
that
comes the
free for all.
truce.
Okay.
Did he send it?
No, he just came back.
I really like this part of free for all. That you cooperate to kill one player, or to, for example, take a region, and then you take that region, make a truce again, and attack another player that's ahead. Keep on going and going and going. It's really cool. It's
Oh
really
man, Hark
interesting if
choosing
Corino
to
gets some
continue to
truces.
engage.
Oh, like Star Wars. And you can do. He need EMP so badly. Without EMP,
Yeah.
he won't be able to do
Okay, Sleeper
anything
Agent
again.
goes down. Imperial Bombardment goes down. Okay, well, at least now we know what to do against the Hark army. They suck versus air. He needs to get a bunch of mercs out. That's what he needs to do. Dude, he's steamrolling
Back in the
this
days
guy.
when Air and Sand just came out, that was a big problem. Mass hammers, they could destroy like everything. Then they were nerfed, but as we can see, you can't deal with 10 hammers
Yeah.
even now.
He's got to put that Kronos in position to start tanking those missile turrets. Okay, now he's
Yep.
gonna go for the. Okay, so that Overlord might be dead. Nice thing on Corino is that you can get. He's generating 4 guild favors, so he spent all his guild favor because he just built 2 more hammers. But that Overlord is dead. So Hark needs to go full merc here. That's what I would do if I was Hark right now. I'd go full merc and I would destroy that army faster than they can breathe. What do you guys think? Full merc?
I feel
Hark is always good for Hark with their amount of money they have.
Chat, what do you guys think
Yeah.
about this mass hammer play chart? Chat, what are we seeing here?
Art, are they now?
Huh? Are we seeing some innovation happening right now? Not your
I
typical
thought
Dune
Hammers
play.
was kind of bad, but they make a comeback. Perhaps.
They're good versus Hark unless he goes unless he goes mercs.
Why are they so good against Hawk? Because probably they lack
Because
range.
they're anti-air.
one of the
The
main
gunner,
reasons.
it's just this. You can just okay. Here we go. Dune governorship.
Now
Oh,
negotiation
and
is
we have
starting.
2 targets for it.
Yes.
Who's
just
going to get the governor? I
quite
think
important,
Corino has the most
Smuggler
votes.
or Atreides?
Corino has some more votes, I think.
They won't let Atreides have, I believe, because he has
I
speaker.
hope not. I mean, look, Logically speaking, Smugglers 3,000k hedge ahead. Put it on Smuggler and kill him.
Probably, yeah.
That's the logical play. Don't put it on Atreides here. Corrino choosing not to vote. He's putting... Oh, he's putting
It makes no
architectural
sense not to vote at all.
Oh, here we
especially
go.
as a
He's
Marine.
putting architectural surveys on Smuggler. That would be great if they vote. Dude, can you imagine vote Smuggler in for Gov and
Oh, too late.
Oh
was
my
too
god,
late.
and Smuggler
Green
didn't
is too
he?
late.
Dude, the architectural survey should have went on Smugglers, man. This is terrible. This is terrible for
Well,
Smuggler.
Green had 700 votes or something and didn't vote.
Wow.
But Smuggler won't be able to outvote them because it's 100% next vote. They will have to choose once again who is going to be governor, and it's going to be Atreides. I mean, Corrina has 100 votes and 700 influence.
Okay, so this Gov threat is not really a threat. He's gonna be voted
Yep.
out. The primary threat is Hedge right now, which Smuggler is pushing the limit on. I mean, how much passive is Smuggler generating right now? Smuggler's generating... yeah, he's got 46 passive on Smuggler. Holy Toledo. Yo, Atreides annexed the region next to the Smuggler main base. What a play here! What is happening? What is happening?
Smugglers
missing
don't
a-
necessarily have
we're-
prio around their main.
Yeah,
main
we're
base.
gawking over this Hawk play, this Hammer play from the Corrino. Meanwhile, Atreides taking some kind of retribution after getting his butt kicked in the middle by Smuggler, trying to do some kind of sneak play here. Those snipers are low.
Green's going to
supply.
attack Smuggler right now.
But still, he can't
Or
do
yes, hammers.
anything.
Veteran, dude, those
with-
veteran militia are not gonna die easily. Horace Rob, what's up? And okay, he resupplied. I'm not sure.
Meanwhile,
Atreides wins
Corrina
this.
attacks Well of Reaches, Smugglers, Well of Reaches,
The governorship is kind of funny, actually.
and he is going to.
We saw a viable governorship threat a long time ago.
Next.
I forgot to actually. I think you were there, Cream. Didn't you get lose against a governorship?
I mean, it's always a threat, dude. It's a good win con, especially in 2v2.
Yeah, 2v. It was a
Two-
2v2
yeah,
match,
yeah.
not free for all like this. But free for all is just very difficult to governorship off
That
because, you know,
Wraith, man. Nobody can. You gotta get out. Just a ton of Rangers and a bunch of Mercs and just kill that Wraith, man. I hate that stupid flagship, man. It makes the Smuggler so OP. Smuggler fights back the Atreides. Hark now attacking. Okay, Smuggler cannot fight this war on multiple fronts. He's gonna have to take a loss of that special region right there. And it's in Hark's best interest to capture it so that he will be in the hedge race along with Smuggler and Corrino. I'm assuming Corrino is going to be pumping out passive hedge. Let me just see how much he's got going at the moment. Corrino with 77 passive hedge, so he knows what he's doing, ladies and gentlemen. We underestimated him. We underestimated him.
Yeah, we underestimated Green.
We thought he was dead when he had 5 manpower in month 3.
It could be that if Smuggler decided to attack a little bit earlier, not to wait for some
Yep.
unknown reasons.
Corrino now taking a region from Smuggler, and so is Hark. So Corrino will become the target after this, I assume. How much
Yeah,
hedge does
'cause he-
Hark have?
hammers will allow him to react to situations quickly.
He's
that
taking
is a good
Special
point.
Legion.
Here comes Smuggler to contest that. Hark is just sitting
There's
in that
not-
region. Is he waiting for the authority to capture it?
Fight again, Smuggler and
Okay,
Green.
Smuggler, Corrino fighting. How's Corrino gonna do against all these snipers?
Mass
He
hammer
doesn't
is
care.
eating
Yes.
their-
Snipers
eating the range.
with right gear can do something against hammers, but and also seems that the biggest problem when you have mass air and not a lot of troopers, not a lot of
You can see here, he can't contest the village anymore because he
Yeah,
lost all his
yeah.
ground
Yeah,
units.
because they only
Yeah.
have hammers. Oh, the Smuggler flagship is coming. I don't know how useful it is.
It should not go there. It will die. He should
Yeah,
send
go a
that
little bit
flagship
back.
far to the hills.
Go back to base.
I think that Kronos, is that Kronos low? No, it's not.
No.
Yep.
Honestly,
okay.
seeing the Smugglers flagship die makes me feel happy, if it happens. But you know,
It's gonna die. There's no
I
question.
also think it's going to die. Yeah. The hammers have too much
Okay,
armor.
he's pulling
They should
back.
continue shooting, I think, because the hammers have enough armor to survive the headquarters damage.
So now he's rebuilding Sards. He's got one drone. Don't know where that drone is. He's moving it in. Oh, he's flying the drone in to try to take this region. But the militia are back. That drone's dead. The Sards are coming too now. That Kronos sitting there taking shots from the missile turret. That drone's gonna die if it hits the village. Okay, here come the Sards. Hammers are in position.
Meanwhile, Atreides in a tough spot. Like, he doesn't have positive Solari, he doesn't have enough manpower to rebuild his army. I'm sad. I'm really sad. They need to buff Atreides. My green boys and girls, please. Jessica, one love. Force everyone to SimCity.
It's not a danger that that Smuggler has a Dune governorship. I think there is in 10 days, man.
It's vote is coming, so it depends on.
When is the vote? When is at the end of the month, right?
It's right now.
now.
Right now.
Oh, I see it. I see it. Okay, let's see what's going to
So. And also Atreides has to take speaker once again.
Yeah.
But
Can they cooperate? That's the question. Well, Smuggler doesn't even have enough votes for themselves. I think Atreides Corrino don't even have to cooperate. If
yeah, but
both have more votes.
Atreides would like to have. Oh, and also a good. No, it's a not good decision by Smuggler from my point of view. I mean, he could.
Yeah, they're not gonna vote for it. So
Yeah.
Speaker of the
don't-
council. He's trying to steal speaker here. Smuggler is so.
Which is smart. But I believe that's.
He did it. They supported lost the right. So Smuggler is now speaker of the council. What a brilliant, brilliant
but-
Landsrat.
Somehow Karina decided to support Smuggler, and I don't understand. Ah, no, I
money?
don't understand why. No, money was on loss of rights. It was for no reason. Maybe he misunderstood how it works.
Need to go mass mercs, man.
Ooh.
Whoever wants to challenge this Corrino.
The point is the only one who can go for it.
That drone is
Well-
not doing anything over there. EMP. Here come mercs. Are those mercs or snipers? I think those are mercs.
Yeah.
Finally. There we go. Yep. Now we're talking. Look at those hammers melt, boys. Your boy Cream knows what he's talking about. That's what's up. Boom. Not gonna be so easy to rebuild for Cream. Oh, I lied. He's got 176 skill favor.
the thing about hammers is that they're
More
not
hammers,
expensive
more
for
hammers.
how good they are. They're like old harpies.
And he seems to
A
be
lot
doing
of
work
area
with them.
damage. They're quite
Okay, so
strong.
he deleted the ground army again, so the Corrino fails to cap. In the meantime, Harkonnen is He's got his army full. He's got a maxed out army. He did take that special region away from Smuggler. Corrino is obviously the primary threat now because he's got way more passive hedge than anybody else. Atreides has taken another plain village here. If I was him, I don't know, I would probably be capturing that special. But maybe he doesn't have the authority for it. He is generating 12 authority and he's got 212 banked, so Atreides now has the Kraken out. So Atreides' army looking okay. The one complaint about the Atreides army is that he did not utilize support drones at all this game, and he does have the fuel cells to support him.
Yeah, and that's why he didn't have enough power to fight at all. But he's so far behind, like he doesn't have even 20
How much hedge does he have?
20,000 cake.
Okay, he's only at
From
18K.
my point of view, Atreides is like he's out of the game. He's going to be a kingmaker guy, mostly.
I think they need to. I think once Atreides beats up Smuggler enough, they need to decapitate that worm's nest. There is one region to the south that can be sneakily captured later, but it's got a renegade base on it. You know, interestingly enough, if this guy's going to be in the finals and he rolls for Corrino, he's a threat. I like his Corrino gameplay.
I really did too. I didn't realize the power of hammers.
I'm enjoying it. I am enjoying it.
I'm also enjoying it, and the hammers are very.
Here comes Hark. He's
They're probably
there's a
stronger
free
than I
village
expected.
there.
They have flexibility and they do area damage.
Hark now. See, Hark he has the economy. He could just. I'm gonna see what Hark's economy's at. He needs mercs.
Interesting choice by.
He's got a
Hark.
lot of gunners. How many gunners does he have now?
He's trying to take. Oh, he's just pillaging. I thought he would try to take.
See how these gunners do. What upgrades would you give these gunners? You definitely don't want Gatling gun on them to fight these hammers.
The point is that hammers has how is it called? They receive less damage from area of effect damage, like by 30%. That's why they're much more.
So he had
easier to
armor.
be killed.
He had armor shred. I don't think he needs armor shred.
Yeah, he doesn't need it. He needs mercs to deal with it and EMP. That's like the only option. I believe that Shira must nerf the amount of
Hark attacking Corrino now. He's
the
throwing
amount of
operations down in the spacing cruiser wreck. He's aware that Corrino's a primary threat. Hark moves into the second place position in hedge. So, a good game overall. This isn't. EMP goes down. Smartly moving the hammers away. He's liberating it now. Can he destroy the crafts workshops? And what's going on the south side of the map here? I'm sure there's going to be a two-pronged attack. Yes, Smugglers attacking the worm nest. So Corrino now taking it on two fronts. The nice thing with the hammers is they're very mobile. It looks like he dealt with the ground unit of the Smugglers. And those things are still chasing the hammers. And now the hammers are going to go to work on that Wraith. And here come the snipers. Is there enough of them, though?
I
I
would
think there will be.
I don't think there's anywhere near enough. I think the snipers need padded shield. The hammers have AoE damage, right?
Yeah, they do. So
Yeah,
padded,
that's why.
Yeah, they
Padded shield
need padded shielding and range on the snipers would be ideal here. You got to get rid of the caffeine pills if he still has that.
they doesn't have range. They have plus 50%. They remember versus mechanical units. So, like literally a counter to any aircraft your enemy has.
What's going on in the chat here?
They need to nerf the amount of guild favor Corrino can do. I mean,
There seems
It's
to be a
incredibly-
theoretical debate on warmongering versus choming. We all know what side the Baron's on. And that's about it. Chat's kind of not not too much hype in the chat right now. I think this is some very interesting Corino gameplay, not your
I
typical
really,
Corino gameplay.
honestly, it's the first new thing I've seen since all shotguns.
Ironically enough, what's new becomes old and what's old becomes new because we used to see this.
Yep.
It's just we're not used to seeing it now, and to see it work now, you know, it's quite a treat actually.
So I remember just after Aaron Sand, hammers got nerfed almost immediately. It was like they had got hotfix nerfed, I think, right?
I'm not sure, but I'll tell you what, they don't want Corino to get this truce right now. That's for sure.
They used to have like 8 to 10 armor, I think.
On this vote, they do not want Corino to get this truce. And Corino looks like he's gonna vote himself. Yep, he's gonna vote himself for the truce. And that would be the least ideal situation because we got about 14 days till tax, and Corino's at 26k hedge with a lot of passive. He's generating 89 passive. This is looks like it's, you know, this is an ideal spot for Corino right now. This is where you want to be as a Corino player. You want to be defending your win con on 2 fronts, and you can do that as Corino. Smuggler can kill that hammer. I'm sorry, not the hammer. The Kronos right there. This could be a blunder by Corino, but Smuggler choosing not to.
Kronos isn't important right now because he's not so mobile as Hammers.
Hark getting combat drugs. I mean, they gotta make a move on Corino. And if I was Atreides, I'd just peacefully annex everything that's available right now. I don't know if he's doing that or not, but there's a bunch of
It's like
free territories.
I see 1, 2.
And he's
villages.
not doing it. He's got 473 authority banks, so yeah, he needs to start peacefully annexing because he's not even the target. I go liberate that territory in the bottom left and pray that Smuggler and Harkonnen do some damage to Corino, and then I would betray Harkonnen and take that Imperial Basin and win. So there is still a road for Atreides, man. I mean, he's at 18k. He can easily get to like 21, but with every passing tax,
He lost
becomes
his
more
army.
bleak.
He rebuilt his army once again. I don't understand when, where, and how he did
Yeah.
it.
Unfortunately,
And I mean,
Atreides
he
I think is out of this one.
yeah, it looks like he.
I don't think it's as much unfortunately. I think he played a little too safe and then suddenly transitioned into something he shouldn't have really done.
I think his mistake was fighting in the neutral territory with Smuggler.
That's just stupid.
That was where
Against smugglers? No.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening here, guys. I don't know what the result of the vote is. I'm not sure.
Corino leading, that's all. Corino leading, as far as we can see.
So
like-
Hark can fight. Okay, he's got a military factory up north, man. Hark can fight on a split front with Smuggler and do damage if they reinforce quick with mercs. Because he's going to choose to re-up with hammers, and those take a little bit to build. Corino now pulling away in hegemony, 2000 hegemony, and tax is about to hit. Unfortunately, I think this is Corino's game for Hark and Smug.
Yep.
This tax is about to be huge. That's another, what, 1800? How much is tax?
100.
1000?
Yeah, you're right, 1000.
Okay, so 1000 for tax, that puts him at 28. Now, when you're at 28, that's GG territory. And
it means you need to, and he also has 500 authority. He can take few, the closest one.
I think he's going to try to cap that neutral village right there.
Yep.
And there it is, 28.5, danger territory. This is GG territory. Here comes a break of the truce. Smuggler moves in. He's going to go for the worm nest. He's flying his Sards back. Now the Hark has to do something here. I'm going to go to Pecorin's screen. Hark sitting there right now. Not doing what he's supposed to be doing. So I guess we'll just tune into the fight down south. Smuggler threatening I guess he's waiting for Hark. Maybe they're having some kind of communication. I think Hark was waiting for full strength, and now Hark is full strength over there up north. Smugglers on the border. The Hammers are splitting the territories, deciding which way they're going to need to reinforce first. Here go the Smugglers. The Smugglers go south, and Orbital Strike goes down, and the Hammers are just doing work on these units before the fight can even start. He's baiting them into the missile turret.
And no, all of his snipers, his entire backline just got completely annihilated.
Corrino's
His
trying to
his army
capture
isn't
that
even
region.
there, and he still wins against a full smuggler army.
Yeah, I
That's
think the
insane.
composition here. I think he needs to put miniguns on the Free Company.
Also, as heavily as he went into Sardar cars, I was impressed with how they did.
He's just gonna
Did
capture this. Yeah, he's free to capture that territory now. It's GG.
He won.
Yeah, it's over. This is a very
over, yeah.
anticlimactic ending to this game because I think Pecorin is not doing anything that I would be doing. Let's just say that. He's got a lot of mercs out now though, so. Yeah, dude, I think the smuggler composition there was. I think you go full minigun on the what do you call them? Not miniguns, the pistols for the Free Company.
He should went for full snipers with
Yeah.
proper gear. He could take
Yep.
it much easier because and without padding shields, he
Yeah.
can do nothing. So it's 3 days.
Yeah.
It's on.
I think the gear choice there would have been no caffeine pills, just kite with the Wraith, Free Company and snipers, and the minigun on the Free Company, and then that would have maybe put a dent in that army. But I don't know if he used padded shielding or not. Chom is irrelevant here. Hark just sitting there. I think they've resigned themselves.
It's over.
to-
It's over. It's
Yeah.
look. Yeah, he has.
Hark now moving in. It's too late. I don't think he realized in time. Yeah, and there it is. GG. Well played to the Corrino player. Well played indeed. Alright, I'm gonna turn off the stream and see. Actually, we can capture some of the post-game banter here. I'm gonna unmute the players.
Okay.
See what players are saying.
Oof.
Unmute John. Alright, well, great game, guys. See if they can unmute us.
Hey.
Hey, good game, guys. We were just wondering what you guys thought about that Corrino gameplay.
It's typical Corrino gameplay. I mean, with passive hegemony and.
But the army composition was not your standard.
Yes, but
Can
it
you ask
worked
everybody
really
to
well.
unmute the commentators, please?
Yeah, I just did.
Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
see Corrino.
it was good, really effective against snipers. Like this demo damage was great, and at some moment I couldn't go for EMP bomb, and yeah, and positionally it was bad. I should have started assassinating him. I'm not sure if I would have completed it because I really didn't have like domination against him. Like I mean, his worm nest, it wasn't exposed. It could be easily protected with his stuff, and yeah.
Can I
Then we
ask
started.
you? Can I ask
Yeah.
you on the Free Company? First of all, did you have padded shielding on both your snipers and your Free Company?
Yeah, I think that you
No.
coming out ahead
Who's
on
got
hegemony
snipers on
really
Free
helped.
Company?
No. I forgot about it.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
I
you didn't
didn't.
have padded shielding. And also on the Free Company.
Yeah, if you
played
hadn't
really
gotten
company.
so
I think
close so
that
quickly.
Padded shielding is that you get the armor piecing,
Well,
right?
I didn't build any passive
Straight
hegemony
armor,
until
right?
Hey,
think so.
can you?
No,
Did he
padded
unmute
shielding.
us? Did he unmute us? Because it sounds like he's talking over us.
I don't think so. Who is it? Is it Percorn or
I'm
Cream.
not sure.
Robo? Guys, unmute the people that we muted.
Oh, unmute everybody.
Yeah.
I can hear you. It was a little bit tight. It's quite
At least we know he
late
wasn't cheating. But so Mulholland, so on the free company, you chose to go melee free company. I think the better choice would have been to go all ranged units. That way you can contest the ground and the air at the same time with all your units. And you forgot padded shielding, so it made your units susceptible to AoE damage.
Maybe yes, but on the other hand, I definitely needed extra damage against mechanical for snipers, and
Yeah.
yeah, I had it. Yeah, but yeah, it was just like micro moment because like you
Oh
need
damn! The
one
game was
composition.
over. I fell asleep.
Shit.
Uh,
Sorry, man.
Sag, you good?
It's
I
just so
needed one
tired.
composition against Atreides
Yeah,
and
you really
different
are
one
tired. You
against
fell asleep during a match.
Corrino.
That was a pretty intense match by the end,
Yeah.
too.
Mo let us talk, by the way.
Rowboat, I have some questions for you too, man. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you.
So you definitely opened with a very greedy opening, and then when you transition to hammers, that's a composition that we don't see a lot anymore, but you've proven it to be effective. Did you practice this?
I guess I have the advantage of not knowing what's played or not played in the meta because this is my first. I've only been playing multiplayer for a little bit, so I didn't know that people don't do that.
No, you did great. And then I also saw you were very neat with your hotkeys and the way that you organized your units. Everybody was hotkeyed and grouped up. So do you have a lot of RTS experience?
I do. I was, I think, a diamond level StarCraft 2 player.
I see.
So not terrible.
So as a StarCraft player, when you're coming into something that's it's kind of RTS 4X hybrid, what do you think of this game and the genre in terms of the way it plays versus a traditional RTS?
I like it a lot better for me now because I'm starting to get a little older, and my reflexes and my heart can't take the fast-paced action of something like StarCraft 2 anymore. So I really like the slow buildup of a 4X game like this because it allows me to kind of come to grips with kind of my area of the map without having 500 other things to focus on. And I think that once I have that understanding, I can kind of work with it pretty well.
Okay. Well, hey man, it was a great game. You played a great game. You played the faction pretty much to the T. We were questioning your main base drop because that was rather aggressive, and I think that in a different lobby, that base would have probably been dead a lot earlier. But you played fearlessly, so it was a good game from you.
Well, again, I've played a lot of games against AI, and I don't think I've quite figured out the right places to main base drop against human players. Where would you have suggested that I drop it?
I'm not gonna make any suggestions. You won the game, so it doesn't matter.
Main base dropped around. Main base drops that are against opponents are really good, but main base drops that are more around like special resources that have been left to the wind are quite like they allow you to create a full set of reinforcements.
Okay.
If you've got a person to.
Sorry, but there's a question from the chat here. Mulholland, they're asking in the early game, you had 65 CP in every operation. Why did you choose to attack the worm nest versus go in on the Corrino base that was there? You could have put explosives on it and just taken it out.
Actually, he had a full CP army. It wouldn't be like that. Like he was, Robot Gorilla Man. He was waiting for my attack, and if I would just attack him, he would easily protect. So my plan was first, weaken him, kill his units, like there was no option like for sneaky base kill. Here he wasn't fighting anywhere and so on, so I needed to kill his units first. Then I actually did it. Then there was that truce after the land threat, and we just refocused on Atreides. It was really unlucky for me.
Okay.
Can I ask Model Driver? After that truce, why didn't you drop defense breaches and just got better operations?
Because I also wanted, I mean, kind of committed in the governor gameplay. I was maybe it would be right. You now I understand. Like, yeah, because it was a good opportunity. I was greedy with Lancelot standing points. I mean, I didn't want to lose. Like, I don't remember how much I lose when I betray somebody. Like
100.
200. 100. Yeah, it's not so much. Yeah, I should
I
have
think
done
it's
that.
200 if you betray.
200 if it's a trade,
Yeah.
because I made that
200
mistake.
only against Atreides. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. It would be the best option because, like, when we have like 4 players in late game, it's always around a little bit of random king making, like psychological decisions. I mean, like I already lost when I didn't kill like neither Atreides or Corrino before that. Because
Right.
after that, it's like you have to rely on other players. So it like for some situations that will help you to win or something like this.
So, speaking of Atreides, John, you took a lot of fights in the neutral region over there, man.
Yeah.
That
I
was
did.
probably the where the game went wrong for you,
Yeah,
I'm
the
sorry,
game
which
went
faction
wrong.
won?
Game went wrong about
Corrino.
month 1.5 when
Wait,
I when my first spice got
Yeah,
liberated by raiders.
we
I
did
didn't see
see
it.
that. We
Yeah,
did see
so that's
that.
where the game went wrong for me.
I lost my underworld headquarters there. I was
Yeah,
very
yeah,
disappointed.
that's where I'd say the game went real wrong, and then after that, I was just catching up. But
Yeah.
yeah, at the end, I mean, I was like, one more tax, Hark was gonna win. So if Hark had an interest in the game going on, I figured he was gonna try to continue liberating. I wasn't not threatening anything, so I was just trying to keep the game alive to give me a
Well,
chance.
yeah. So
You were
Hark.
threatening Governor John.
Well, I
You were
was still
threatening
alive in governor,
Governor.
but everyone had so much influence, and I didn't have speaker anymore, so I don't think
Yeah,
that was.
yeah.
All I was trying to do was extend the game, and I guess in Hark's interest, it made sense for him to keep pushing into Corrino and liberating, and then if I liberated that, then neither of them were one territory or spice tax away from winning the game. So that was kind of that was my logic there, but
Can I
maybe
ask a
not right.
question to the Hark player too? If he's here, Picorn, are you here?
I am here, and you may ask.
All right, man. So you had a great early game setup. You pretty much had the middle all to yourself. You were doing what every Hark wants to do, just run around, pillage, and buy chome. When you saw that he went all hammers, why didn't you just go full merc spam and just kill his army?
You know, I just didn't think quickly enough. Still relatively new to the game, and so when I saw the hammers, that was kind of a loop for me, and I had to figure out. Yeah, I guess mercs would have been the best way to do it, but I was trying to get gunners, which was not a good approach.
Yeah.
And is that what people do against hammers or other flyers? Is spam mercs?
That's what I would have done.
Mercs will melt through any. Even if
The
it's
thing is,
shit,
mercs
they'll just
train
melt it
so
right down.
quickly, and so you can just throw them at it again and again and again as long as you have Solari.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wouldn't
And
be
they're
that
really
easy.
great for final
with
stands at main
mercs,
bases
even.
too.
Yeah, but eventually you run out of guild favor and you just can't re-up it in hammers.
Mm-hmm.
The
But,
hammers
yes.
were a lot tankier than I realized.
Yeah,
they're tanky flyers.
Yeah, they caught a nerf back then. I mean, after that game, we might need to nerf them again. Who knows? But it was a great game, guys. I'm gonna stop the recording here. Thanks for the post game chatter. I hope some of this theory crafting can help some of the newer players understand the game a little better because it's pretty complex. So thanks, guys.
Angela, if I had a